Dustin Poirier just hinted that hanging up his gloves for good might not be set in stone after all. In a brand new sit-down interview, the former champion confirmed that he's technically still bound to a UFC contract, and he's fully open to returning to the cage if the perfect matchup presents itself. Talk of a comeback has exploded recently, especially since Justin Gaethje walked away with the UFC lightweight belt. Poirier and Gaethje currently sit tied at 1 victory each. Dustin took the first war between them back in 2018, while Justin answered back with that vicious BMF head kick finish. A trilogy bout to settle the undisputed lightweight throne would be nothing short of massive. Poirier himself flat out admitted in the interview that their storied rivalry still isn't finished, and Gaethje isn't the only huge name circling his radar. Plenty of fans, along with Poirier himself, keep pushing for a fight with Conor McGregor. A fourth meeting between them would draw enormous numbers and finally close the book on one of the sport's most bitter rivalries.
I have no doubt you've had many offers since retiring to come and do other combat sports and other combat
I'm
things.
still under contract with the UFC.
So there's a chance.
I'll come back.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, there's definitely a chance. If it's the right fight, I'll come back for sure.
What would be the right fight for you, do you think?
I don't know. When I hear it, I would know.
Yeah.
If they ever called me or something ever came about, I would know. But I would probably fight Conor if that came about. Nate Diaz, I want to whip his ass for years and years and years. We never got to fight. I would come back for that. Well, there's a few I would come back for.
So, okay, on those two. So, for example, Conor's coming back.
I mean, me and Geathje are 1-1. You know, that needs closure too.
I always thought that would be your last one.
But
you and Geathje.
Yeah, but we both know it's going to be a head-on collision. We kind of shook hands and let's not do this to our families again.
UFC commentator Jon Anik just revealed a wild bit of insider knowledge, saying Max Holloway told him some time ago that he fully intends to compete at middleweight at some point before he calls it a career. Anik noted that Holloway's size, power, and footwork should translate perfectly to the heavier division, and he wouldn't be shocked at all to see the Hawaiian legend test himself at 185 pounds before he eventually retires. Meanwhile, the promotion isn't leaving anything to chance for the enormous UFC 329 main event, locking in a dangerous emergency replacement fighter. Brazilian finisher Mauricio Ruffy just confirmed he received the call and is already on a flight to Las Vegas, ready to step in if McGregor versus Holloway falls apart. Ruffy stated he'll have no trouble making the 170-pound limit and revealed he's already grinding through film study, staying sharp in case anyone withdraws at the very last second. Speaking of the headliner, word is Conor McGregor is completely locked in for his long-awaited return. His coaches say the Notorious One is currently in the best physical condition of his entire career heading into fight night. Let's roll the footage of what Ruffy had to say.
Pô, rapaziada, vocês sabem que eu me coloquei à disposição na luta aí do Conor McGregor e Max Holloway. Tô indo agora pra Las Vegas, vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Me cuidei bastante, esses caras me fizeram treinar em meio às minhas férias. Essa luta vai ser na 77. Então vamos ver aqui o peso que eu me mantive. Eu vou te falar que essa foi a vez que eu mais ganhei peso, viu? Então bora lá. Vou ver aqui, depois do café da manhã, 84 quilos, teria mais ou menos 7 quilos aí pra me tirar pra categoria. Estamos indo viajar agora pra Vegas na segunda-feira e vamos ver o que acontece. Eu contra o Conor McGregor acredito que seria uma luta muito boa, né? Eu acho que uma luta que eu teria mais facilidades pela falta de ritmo e tudo mais, né? Sempre tendo os perigos da luta, mas eu acredito que seria uma luta muito legal contra o Max Holloway. Eu acredito no meu poder de nocaute. Ele é um cara que né, busca jogar ali pra frente o tempo todo, mas eu entro lá pra definir as lutas e eu não perco minhas oportunidades. Seria muito legal ver essa luta acontecer. Tô indo, vamos ver o que acontece. Valeu, eu vou informando tudo pra vocês. Tamo junto.
Islam Makhachev's head coach Javier Mendez just dropped a genuine bombshell during a fresh interview with the Russian outlet MMA Brotherhood, and it sounds like the sport could be inching toward its biggest super fight ever. Mendez confirmed that Makhachev's camp is currently holding active behind-the-scenes discussions with the UFC to build a colossal matchup against Conor McGregor, with one major catch: McGregor first has to get past Max Holloway. This whole storyline just got a lot more compelling. Right now, Islam is fully focused on his August title defense against Ian Machado Gary at UFC 330. But according to several sources, including Mendez himself, that Gary fight could end up being one of the champion's last trips to the octagon. Javier went ahead and confirmed the retirement chatter directly, revealing that Islam has personally told him he plans to walk away from the sport by the time he hits 35. Given that the champion is already 34, that clock is genuinely ticking now. wrapping up his legendary run with a career-defining, massive payday fight against the sport's biggest box office star would be the perfect send-off for the Dagestani king. Here's what Mendez had to say.
We're in talks with Conor's team. If Conor defeats Max, this fight will most likely happen. It will be one of the biggest fights in the history of the sport. Moreover, it could become the most watched event of all time, because Conor brings incredible numbers to the fight. Of course, I still don't like Conor. We've had a feud with him since the Khabib days, and that feud hasn't gone away. I don't like it when he talks about religion and family. But we're professionals, and for a fight like this, I'm willing to overlook that. If he wants this challenge, we'll gladly accept it. It's a very big fight.
Max Holloway says if he's ever handed title shots in 2 different weight classes at once, that's a decision that might actually break his brain. Right now, Blessed is locked in on July 11th when he steps in against Conor McGregor, promising to drown him and finally settle their old score inside the octagon. If Holloway gets the job done, given how massive this rematch is, an even bigger fight could be waiting for him right after. A rematch with Justin Gaethje back at lightweight is one path forward, but it's not the only offer catching Holloway's attention. The former BMF and featherweight champion isn't ruling out staying up at welterweight either, and there's a specific reason why. A Gaethje rematch or any fresh top lightweight matchup would probably be the more obvious move for Holloway on paper. But the idea of sharing the octagon with Islam Makhachev, given the way his career has gone, genuinely excites him. Holloway's actually been in this exact spot before. After finishing Justin in the final second of their BMF title fight, he had 2 divisions lining up for him. He chose to drop back to featherweight instead of chasing Makhachev. And after the loss to Ilia Topuria, plenty are still asking the same question. Was dropping to 145 the wrong call, given how dominant he looked beating Justin at lightweight?
To you and said, Max, your choice, Islam at 170 or Justin rematch at 155. What would be more intriguing to you?
Bro, I would love to, both of the fights is fun, but why not go back down to 55 and then do something amazing and then ask to maybe come back up? We see what happens. I would love to fight both of them. I would love to fight both of them again. And that's a tough one, man. I don't know what I would choose. We gotta wait, First thing first is Conor McGregor, but that you put me in a tough situation, bro. Because both fighting, being able to have an Islam fight, bro, and the way Islam career would win, that'd be pretty sick, to share the octagon with that guy. So at the end of the day, we'd have to wait till after the fight, man. You gotta ask me that question. If everything goes good come July 11th, you gotta ask me a question. Maybe I have an answer.
Paddy Pimblett is putting in serious work ahead of his massive showdown with Benoit Saint Denis, and he just released brand new training footage to show exactly how dialed in he is. Paddy's coach also spoke up during the footage, making clear the entire camp is treating this fight with total seriousness. They fully understand what kind of threat BSD represents, and they aren't sleeping on the Frenchman's suffocating grappling or his heavy hands. Still, even while locked in on the brutal challenge ahead, the baddie has his sights set on true superstar status, admitting that his dream scenario for a next fight would be a huge showdown against Conor McGregor. As for his actual road to the lightweight title, Pimblett is staying grounded. He acknowledged that even if he goes in and beats a legitimate top 5 threat like Saint Denis, he'd have no issue taking one more fight before truly earning a title shot. The Liverpool standout admitted that knocking off a top 5 contender doesn't automatically hand you a title opportunity. He understands the promotion has its own roadmap, and he's willing to trust that process.
Well, obviously sparring is their opportunity to put together the stuff that we've been doing with them in camp. With Paddy fighting BSD as a southpaw, so obviously you can't just spar anyone, you've got to be sparring southpaws to train for a southpaw. Get to replicate the opponents, to get Paddy used to working against a certain style. It also gives Paddy confidence in certain areas and shows what needs to be developed.
Let's see your thoughts about it. I know you did. Feeling very good. 5 rounds in the bag. With Matt as well, the first phase, just a non-stop pace. He doesn't stop trying to take you down, doesn't stop trying to hit you. That's a bit like what BSD's like. I'm very hungry. You're constantly hungry at this stage of camp. You don't have a fucking rush. Just I'd say you don't have a cheat day, but I don't have a cheat day for 10 weeks. I just have to stick to a diet. Normally I eat now, but don't for me run. Don't want to be eating before the run. So I'll go and do 5 or 6 miles now, and then I'll get back, have a scan, get me massage, and then I'll get to chill for about 3 hours.
That's it from MMA Time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA updates.